friends, it's Danielle with Take Care Mama, and today I'm talking about the coronavirus. Such a topic. I'm gonna first tell you what I'm doing to prepare, what I'm stocking up on, what I'm doing to hopefully protect our family and the general public. And then after that, I'm gonna tell you my personal thoughts on the coronavirus and the hype and how worried I really am. So I feel like a lot of people from the media and from shopping the stores myself are stocking up on hand sanitizer and toilet paper. Now, maybe this is gross. I have enough toilet paper, I think, for a while. I just buy in bulk anyways from Amazon, but I think because we cloth diaper, I'm not that worried about toilet paper. And then hand sanitizer, we have hand sanitizer. You can also make it. Maybe I'll link a recipe below. It's just not something I'm super concerned with. I think washing your hands is way better than that, cheaper, more effective, all the things. What I am stocking up on is some food. That's kind of what I am most concerned about. If we have to self-quarantine or quarantine, I would just like to be able to feed my family some substance, some healthy meals, and so that is what I am focusing on. And I was hoping to be able to leave you some Amazon links, but I think I'm too late. Like, a lot of this stuff is not easily linkable, so you can search Amazon yourself or just go to your store, have it delivered, all the things. I really love, even before the coronavirus, stocking up on dried beans. So unfortunately, my grocery store was out of the larger, like 5-pound, 10-pound size. So I have a bunch of these 1 pound, and then I have a couple 5 pounds in my pantry as well. They are easy to make, super filling, very nutritious, and 1 pound equals 10 servings. So you can get a lot of bang for your buck. It doesn't take much space, and it's just good to have on hand. They have a long shelf life, so even if this coronavirus is no big deal, you will use these eventually. Along with that, I have a few big bags of dried rice. Same thing, 1 pound equals 10 servings. I think this is a 5 pound. So this is 50 servings of rice, and I have a couple more in my pantry. Then we have a lot of meat in our freezer, a lot of ground beef, and just things that we've kind of collected. And now, instead of thawing for a meal, we are kind of keeping that in the freezer in case that this thing becomes a big deal and we need to stay home or prefer to stay home. So we have a bunch of that stuff in our freezer, a bunch of frozen fruits and veggies, both that we've purchased and that I've frozen. I really like to freeze my bananas before they go bad and all of that jazz. And then I'm also focusing on fresh produce that has a longer shelf life. So things I'm stocking up on, like the best thing, not the best thing, but the thing I think that has the longest shelf life is winter squash. So acorn squash, spaghetti squash, butternut squash. That is awesome. It lasts for like months. I think it's like 2 to 4 months or something crazy. So I've got a lot of that. Cabbage lasts a long time. Beets last a long time. Peppers, like bell peppers, green peppers especially, have a longer shelf life or fridge life than other produce. Apples, I think, is the best fruit to stock up on right now. They stay fresh for quite a while. And potatoes, so we have a lot of russet potatoes and sweet potatoes in our pantry, and also carrots. I have never tried this, but I was researching for this and just read that the best way to store carrots is to store them in your fridge in a container filled with water. And then once the water gets cloudy every few days, you recycle that water. And I've never tried that. Let me know if you have, but that is supposed to keep your carrots a little bit more fresh for you. That is the food that I am focused on. I would like to have like 3 weeks worth of really good healthy meals. And the other things are medication. I'm on antidepressants. My son takes some medication, so I just have made sure that we have plenty of that. And I could be wrong about this, but I think insurance companies will let you stock up on your prescription medication. Right now, usually they only give you a certain amount and you have to go through that before you get your next refill. And I think because of the coronavirus, they are exempting that. So you could check with your local pharmacist and try to get a few months worth of your medications. Other practical things we're doing, like everyone hopefully, is just really focusing on washing our hands more often. I'm doing it like way more often than I usually do. So every time we come home, the usual after the bathrooms, every time before we eat, just washing a lot more than usual. When we're out and about, I have hand sanitizer. I also have like a spray that I spray on surfaces like Target carts, or if we go out to eat, the surface of the tables, especially with Norma. Our baby is eating off of everything, so we have that as well. But again, I prefer washing our hands. I am big on vitamin C. I believe in large doses of vitamin C, so I take 1,000 milligrams every day. And I'm upping that during this time. I could maybe do a whole other video on this, but this is debated. So do your own research, check with your doctor, but I believe you can't really overdo vitamin C. If you take too much, your body will eliminate it. And so I take, again, about one a day. If I'm feeling a little under the weather, I take one, I set my timer, I take another one, I set the timer for 30 minutes, and every 30 minutes I take another vitamin C until I feel my stomach kind of gurgle, like I'm gonna be not sick, but I get a little hint of an upset stomach, and that's when I stop. And when I am well, I can only tolerate 1 to 3 capsules of vitamin C, but if I am a little under the weather or my immune system is compromised, I can keep going. In any case, because of what's going on, and not even the coronavirus, but it is still just normal cold and flu season. So I am taking 2 every day, and some days I will do that 30-minute timer thing and take some more. I just think that it helps hopefully boost my immune system. And I have read some things, which again are probably pretty controversial, but that huge, large doses of vitamin C can help those who have the coronavirus, like huge doses through an IV. But like I said, I don't think it can hurt, and I've had pretty good luck in the past. So doing the vitamin C, doing all the other things that I usually do to stay well. A change that I'm implementing is every time James comes home from school now, he takes off his clothes, puts them in the laundry, and puts on a new outfit. We just have a bunch of jeans that have holes in them, and he'll just change into his play clothes. From what I understand, the coronavirus can live on surfaces for hours. I don't think they know exactly how long yet. And because he's in school, I think that schools can be a hot spot for spreading the virus, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second, like how dangerous that is or not dangerous. But I just think it's a good idea for him to take those clothes off and change. It's really not that much extra laundry for me, and I think it'll be worth it for the peace of mind. Okay, now I'm going to talk about my personal thoughts on the coronavirus. I feel like there is a wide range, like even within my family. Some are, I won't say paranoid, but really concerned and buying food to last them several months and having contingency plans on maybe where they can go if the virus breaks out. And by the way, I'm filming this on the 11th, 12th of March in the Twin Cities in Minnesota, and we have about 5 confirmed cases or so. So there is that spectrum, and then I have honestly family members who aren't worried at all, think that the media is kind of hyping it up for maybe a political reason, or I don't really quite know why, but I really feel like I am somewhere in between. I'm not worried about my immediate family. We are all young and healthy, and you know, the common flu really discriminates against children, and I'm just so thankful that this is not the case. The coronavirus, and they're not sure why, doesn't seem to affect children the same way it does the elderly. And so children can get it, but they aren't being hospitalized and aren't dying the way that the elderly are. So I feel good about my immediate family. On the other hand, this is a big deal. I heard today that they think probably a third of us are going to contract this virus. And while for a healthy person, it's kind of like the flu is still a big deal. And larger than that, we have grandparents, and there are elderly people in our community, and there are people with suppressed immune systems. My husband actually is on a medication that suppresses his immune system, and he has stopped taking that during this time. You know, people with diabetes or compromised lungs, like this is a real scary thing. And even though I'm not concerned about the four of us in our little family, we can get it, and we can unknowingly spread it to those we love and to those in our community. And I am concerned. I think it's a big deal. I think we should all be a little extra vigilant. I'm not sure if I'd go visit grandparents right now personally. I'd have to make sure I really feel good, and I don't know if I'd risk it. I also am concerned about the economy, and I'm just praying that it passes quickly and it doesn't end up being the worst case scenario. But I am still gonna plan to be home for a few weeks if that's needed. Other thoughts and rambles from me, like yesterday I was supposed to be in the office. I work part-time, mostly from home. One day I'm in the office, and I had a nasty cough yesterday, and I just decided to work from home, and I'm thankful that I am able to do that. I don't think I would get on an airplane right now. From all the experts I've listened to, they say, you know, travel if you have to. Like if you have to get on an airplane, do it. But no, what is it called? Unmandatory travel. I think there's a better word for that. But like a really important business trip is different than a vacation. I don't know. I don't think I would get on an airplane right now. And we do have spring break coming up. We are doing a road trip. As of now, we still plan to do that, and that could change, but I'm just a lot more comfortable with a road trip right now than with flying on a commercial airline. And again, I'm really concerned about what that does for the economy. The airline and travel business is a huge part of our economy, and it makes me nervous, but I also think that we got to do what we can do to keep our communities safe. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking below, whether you agree or disagree, and if you are doing anything to prepare. I would love your tips below, and I'm sure everyone else would as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and take care. Bye.